Every day I ask you questions like, which of these vehicles is the fastest? Which of these cars weigh the most? Or even, which vehicle can seat the most players? Well, my editor Kyle is calling me out, and he thinks that I don't know the GTA 5 vehicles as well as I claim that I do. So he put together a little game for us that he calls, You Claim to Know These Cars, but Who Knows What You Know Since You Only Give Me Your Table Scraps as Payment. Okay, wait, no, that's not... Here's the rules. We have 20 rounds of skill testing multiple choice questions. For every round you get correct, you get 1 point. Rounds 5, 10, 15, and 20 are all previous polls that I've asked you that Kyle doesn't think I actually remember the answers to. So let's get right into it. Which of these vehicles is the fastest? The Nightmare Sasquatch, the Brawler, the Ramp Buggy, or the Apocalypse Bruiser? Okay, well 2 of these are Arena Wars vehicles, which means that they likely have some sort of boost. The Ramp Buggy feels quick, but it's not actually as quick as one might think. The Brawler was really good getting through like the swampy area when it first came out, but it doesn't really compete anymore. But top speed wise, it's got to be either the Sasquatch or the Bruiser, but which one's quicker? The Bruiser weighs more, so I want to say the Sasquatch. I'm gonna lock in the big monster truck. The Nightmare Sasquatch is the fastest of these 4 vehicles. And the answer is the Nightmare Sasquatch. 1 point for me. Which of these vehicles is the most expensive? The Park Ranger, the Kosatka, the LF Starling, or the Shinobi? Okay, the Shinobi's a bike, but I know that it's a fairly expensive bike. It's a couple mil for sure. The Park Ranger is expensive, because all the police vehicles are ridiculously expensive. But I can't remember how expensive the Kosatka is. I don't feel like it's that expensive, but it might be. It might be way more expensive than I think it is. It's either the Park Ranger or the Kosatka. I don't think the LF Starling is that expensive, and the Shinobi's expensive for a bike. It might be one of the most expensive bikes, aside from the Oppressor. I'm gonna go with the Park Ranger. Survey says it's the LF Starling. How expensive is the LF Starling? The Starling costs $3.6 million? Why the fuck is it so expensive? Which of these vehicles is the heaviest? The weaponized dinghy, the ambulance, the dune loader, or the stretch limousine? I feel like the weaponized dinghy is fairly heavy, but it is a boat, so I don't think it's actually going to be the heaviest. I have no idea how much the ambulance can't be light. Like, the ambulance has to weigh a certain-ish amount, I'd think, right? The dune loader and the stretch. You know what? I'm not going to overthink it. It's got to be the ambulance, right? It's got to be the ambulance. Answer? The ambulance. Okay. Cool. I'm redeeming myself. Which of these vehicles is the oldest? The Buckacherz Stallion, the Yacht Dinghy, the Vindicator, or the Rhapsody? Well, let's see here. The Buckacherz Stallion is like old because it's in story mode with some missions. But I know it didn't come out on day 1. Like, it was not an initial release. The Rhapsody came out early as well, because the Rhapsody, it does spawn in traffic in story mode, which means it was one of the first updates, like a 2014 update. So I know that came out in 2014. The Buckacherz came out in 2014. And it's a matter of months between the two. The Yacht Dinghy didn't come out until the Yachts came out in, 2015, 2016? And the Vindicator, well, that was a heist vehicle, so that'd be 2015. I think? Was it a heist vehicle? Whatever. I'm gonna go with the Buckacherz Stallion, because it's actually, like, incorporated with some races in story mode. Survey says it's the Rhapsody. By how much? Oh, okay. Yeah, it was like 5 months. Okay, that makes sense. Now, this is one of my previous polls that I have asked you on the community tab, and I can't remember what people voted. But this is the poll from January 7th. Which vehicle seats 2 people? The Chimera, the Blazer, the Street Blazer, or the Strider? That's a tough one. And the reason I'm saying it's tough is because they're all like bikes and I don't have pictures. Like, when I do the polls, you have pictures. I don't have pictures. I just have words in front of me, so it's even more difficult. The Chimera only seats 1. It's a tricycle. I feel like the Street Blazer has a mod for like a back seat, but I don't know if it actually has a. The Strider's a 3-wheeler, so it doesn't seat 2. I'm gonna go with the Street Blazer. I don't think the Blazer holds. I think it's the Street Blazer. And the answer is the Strider. What? The Strider can seat 2 people? I didn't think any of the 3-wheelers could seat 2 people, except for the Raptor, but that doesn't count. Which of these vehicles is the cheapest? The Hot Knife, the Merryweather Mesa, the Bunker Caddy, or the Mule Custom? Okay, so this one gets a little difficult. We are doing base price. So like with the Bunker Caddy, you need to own the bunker. The Mule Custom, you need to own the nightclub. And the Merryweather Mesa can be picked up on the street for free. We're not doing that. It's the actual purchase price. I know the Hot Knife isn't expensive. The Merryweather Mesa can't be expensive, but I feel like it's more expensive than people give it credit for. The Bunker Caddy is $120,000, and the Mule Custom is a couple hundred as well. I think the Hot Knife is only like $30,000 or $40,000. So I think I'm gonna go with the Hot Knife. I don't think the Merryweather Mesa is the cheapest. I'm gonna go with the Hot Knife. Answer: the Merryweather Mesa. It's a difference of $3,000. Okay, well, okay, you got me there. You got me there. Which of these vehicles is the fastest? Okay, we're back to speed. The Titan, the Buckacherz Scout C, the Duster, or the Devastate 8? Well, the Duster's not fast. It's faster than people think, but it's not very fast. I feel like the Titan's fairly quick, and bikes are always faster than I expected. I don't think it's the Buckacherz. And the Devastate 8, it's quick, but call me crazy. I'm gonna go with the Titan. I think the Titan is where it's at. Answer is the Duster. What I just said, the Duster is faster than people think. It's faster than I think too. How fast is the Duster? 144 miles an hour. Wait, how fast is the Titan? Am I stupid? I think I'm stupid, chat. This is not going well, to be honest. Which of these vehicles is the newest? The Tula, the Zarusso, the Nightclub Blimp, or the Sultan Classic? That's the thing. The Tula came out with the Smuggler's Run DLC. The Nightclub Blimp came with the Nightclub DLC, which I think is newer than the... And the Nightclub Blimp was a drip feed. The Zarusso, I don't even have a clue. The Sultan Classic came out with... was that the Summer Specials DLC, I think? Is it crazy I want to go with the Nightclub Blimp? If it's not the Nightclub Blimp, it's the Zarusso. But answer says the Sultan Classic. When did the Sultan Classic come out? Oh yeah, the Sultan Classic was a Diamond Casino heist vehicle. It was one of the getaway cars. I'm probably confusing with another Sultan. Maybe I don't know the cars as much as I think I do. Which of these vehicles is the most expensive? The Winky, the Apocalypse Death Bike, the Bessra, or the Lifeguard? The most expensive. The Bessra's not expensive. The Winky is fairly cheap because I wanted to buy it and just never did, and I'll get around to it. The Lifeguard's like 700 or 800,000, and I feel like the Apocalypse Death Bike is quite pricey. So I'm gonna go with the Death Bike here. Answer is the Apocalypse Death Bike. Okay, yeah. Now this is one of my polls from January 16th. Which one of these vehicles is not front-wheel drive? The Camper, the Dilettante, the Premier, or the Panto? Now I know the Camper is front-wheel drive because it's weird. The Dilettante is front-wheel drive. The Premier and the Panto. I feel like the Panto should be front-wheel drive, but I feel like it's actually rear-wheel drive because I remember trying to throw people off with that. Because sometimes I like to throw in an answer that's a little bit not unexpected. Not trick questions, unexpected. So I'm gonna go with the Panto. And the answer is the Panto. Cool, I got that one right. Which of these vehicles is the slowest? The Romero Hearse, the Police Transporter, the Clown Van, or the Faction Custom Donk? Oh, these are all very bog standard cars. The Clown Van is quicker than I think. The Police Transporter can't be too slow. And I feel like it can't be the Donk. It's gotta be the Hearse, right? It could very well be the Police Transporter. Oh, this one's a tough one. I like the Donk, but it handles funky. Because it's a funky vehicle. I love funky vehicles. I'm gonna go with the Police Transporter. I think the Police Is it though? Because police cars are like pretty mid-tier. Like 80, 90 miles an hour, maybe 70. Romero Hearse? It's gotta be the Hearse. I'm gonna go with the Hearse. It's the Hearse. Okay, cool. Cool. Look, we're 3 for 3 now in a row. Which of these vehicles is the cheapest? The Bullet, the Cuban 800, the Rapid GT, or the Minivan Custom? Well, it's not the Minivan Custom because that's a Benny's vehicle and it's going to be pricier. The Minivan maybe, but not the Minivan Custom. All the other 3 came out with day 1 of the game. The Bullet, I feel like is more expensive than the Rapid GT, but I could be thrown off by that. And the Cuban 800 is fairly cheap too. But I'm gonna go with the it might be I don't like the Bullet. The Bullet is not one of my favorite cars. I'm gonna go with the Rapid GT. The Rapid GT is the cheapest of these vehicles. It's the Rapid GT. Okay, see, I've gotten into the groove now. This is going well. Which of these vehicles is the lightest? The Kraken, the Retinue Mark II, the Sea Breeze, or the Comet Safari? I feel like the Kraken submarine is going to be weirdly heavy. The Retinue Mark II can't be too heavy. The Sea Breeze must be very light. It's an airplane and it floats on water. And the Comet Safari. I'm going to go with the Sea Breeze. I feel like that one's actually easy. I don't want to say that until I get the answer. Sea Breeze? The Retinue Mark II. Oh, the Sea Breeze weighs 3,000 kilograms. That's the Retinue Mark II weighs 950. Yeah, okay. I'll take the loss on that one. Which of these cars is the newest? Oh, I'm not good with these ones. The 190Z, the Warner HKR, the Segoy, or the Molotov? Well, the Molotov came with the Smuggler's Run. The Segoy is older than that. The Warner HKR I feel like is newer, and the 190Z is. Oh, the Warner HKR could be old. I feel like the Segoy is not that old. The 190Z could be old though. I'm gonna go with the Warner. Just looking at it, I think it's the Segoy was a casino. The 190Z, I have no idea. I have that car. I like that car, but I have no idea. And the Warner HKR was the Warner HKR it was the Warner. The Warner's the newest because it came out with the Tuners DLC, didn't it? Yeah, the Warner. It was the Warner. Okay. And did it come out with the Tuners DLC? Los Santos Tuners. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I do know my shit. Okay. This is my poll from March 21st. Which one of these cannot be used in off-road races? The Sanchez, the Enduro, the Manchez, or the BF400? Well, the Sanchez and the Manchez can both be used in it, but the Manchez Scout can't be. But that's not one of these options. The Enduro, the BF400. The BF400 is that weird one with a really tall front shield on it. And I know you can do that in races because I've knocked people off those in a minute. So I'm going to say the Enduro. The Enduro? The Enduro? The Enduro? Answer is the Enduro. Okay, cool. I got that one right. Enduro doesn't sound like a word anymore. Which of these vehicles is the most expensive? The Squallow, the Kanjo SJ, the Ardent, or the Lurcher? Okay, well the Squallow is a boat that came out on day one, so it's a weirdly specific number, but it's cheap. The Ardent's older, and to be honest, is a very underlooked vehicle. The Lurcher's Halloween special, I don't think it's that expensive, because the older Halloween ones were not that expensive. So I feel like it's obvious it's got to be the Kanjo SJ. It has to be, right? Answer is the Kanjo SJ. Cool. Take another one. Which of these vehicles is the slowest? The RCV, the utility truck, the Trashmaster, or the Penumbra? We're looking for slowest. Well, the utility truck goes 77 miles an hour, just like all the other utility trucks. But do these other ones go slower than it? I feel the RCV has to be quick. It's big and bulky. But the Trashmaster might be slower, and I feel like the Penumbra at a base car can't be slower than the utility truck, right? I'm gonna go with the Trashmaster. Answer is the utility truck. God, those utility trucks are slow. They are slow. Which of these vehicles is the heaviest? The Barracks, the Pounder, the Phantom, or the Luxor? Well, the Luxor's a plane. I feel like it's gotta be fairly heavy. The Phantom's pretty heavy too, though. The Barracks is chunky. I don't think it's the Pounder. It's big, but I think it's very lightweight. Same could be said for the Phantom, I guess. Is it crazy I want to go with the Barracks? I feel like the Luxor is not as heavy as I think it is. I'm going to go with the Barracks. Survey says the Phantom. How much does the Phantom weigh? The Phantom weighs 12,000 kilograms. Which of these vehicles is the fastest? The unmarked cruiser, the police bike, the sheriff SUV, or the sheriff cruiser? They're all police cars. The sheriff cruiser and the unmarked cruiser have to be the same, right? Like, they're the same car, but one's unmarked. So they'd have to be the same. It can't be the sheriff's SUV. That's bulkier, and I know that the Granger is slower than the Stanier, which is what those cars are based on. So it has to be the police bike, right? The police bike has to be the fastest. Survey says the unmarked cruiser. What? Wait a minute. So the unmarked cruiser goes 102 miles an hour, and the sheriff's cruiser goes 101. It's the police cruiser that's the same as the unmarked cruiser. Oh, I feel like I've been gypped. Okay, and last question, to get half of these right, is my poll from March 18th. Which of these vehicles has a trade price? The Tailgater S, the Brigade 6x6, the Apocalypse Dominator, or the Enduro. Oh, the Enduro's back. Okay, I vaguely remember this one because people kept complaining that the Brigade 6x6 does have a trade price. But that wasn't the answer because I didn't realize it had a trade price, because when you complete the first dose missions, you get a Brigade 6x6 for free, and then it unlocks the trade price. But you can't buy a second one, so you never actually get to use the trade price. So it really shouldn't have a trade price, but there are technically two answers to this question. And I know it was the Brigade 6x6 and something else. The Enduro came out with the Heist, and I don't think the Heist had trade prices initially, and some of them got it later. The Apocalypse Dominator, none of the Arena Wars have trade prices. They just exist. Which means, why would the Tailgate S have a trade price though? I'm gonna go with the Tailgater. I feel like there's something with that. What update was that? That was the one with the one with the really horny NPCs. And the answer is the Tailgater S. Okay, cool. Well, that means that I got 10 out of 20. Which is only 50%, so maybe I don't know these vehicles as well as I think that I do. But let me know how you did in the comments below, and if you want more polls like these, check out my community tab where you can find one of these every single day, or check out this video, because why not? Why wouldn't you just want to do that, you know? Okay. I don't know why I'm still here. Normally I fade out, but we're not fading out this time. Kyle, can we? Okay.